Hey guys, and welcome to another vintage lens review. Today I want to talk about the Mir-1 37mm 2.8, which is basically a Soviet copy of the German Carl Zeiss Jena Flektogon. Some people call this lens a wide-angle brother of the popular Helios. And it has kind of a very interesting history. So let's dive right into it. After World War II, the Red Army took control of East Germany and occupied the Carl Zeiss factory. The Soviets took the blueprint of the lenses and built their own plans to reproduce them in a large quantity. Among these was the Carl Zeiss Flektogon. The Soviets basically copied this lens, but there was often no high-quality glass available at this time. So they had to recalculate the lens with cheap glass and even managed to improve it in terms of aberrations. The resulting lens was so good it even won a prize at that time. At the World Exhibition in Brussels in 1958, the Mir-1 and some other Soviet lenses were awarded the highest distinction. That's why it says Grand Prix Brussels 1958 on the upper part of the lens body. The Mir-1 is a moderate wide-angle lens with 6 elements in 4 groups. It has an aperture range between f2.8 and f16. A 10-bladed iris with a preset feature, and a minimum focusing distance of 0.7 meters. But I guess that's enough theory for now. Let's go outside and see how this lens performs under real-world conditions. The first you notice about this lens is its solid build quality, and that's why you can still find many well-received copies today. However, if you want to use this lens on your modern camera, you'll have to adapt it from its M42 mount to whatever mount your camera uses. The 37mm focal length turns out to be really versatile. The good thing is that, unlike the Helios, the Mir-1 is also great for crop sensors, if you don't want it to look like a telephoto lens. The focus throw of this lens is nearly 360 degrees. This is not very handy when things have to be done quickly. On the other hand, you're able to focus very precisely. I'm kind of impressed with the organic look of the Mir-1. It immediately brings something natural to the pictures. Unlike sharpness of modern lenses, the Mir-1 is only sharp at the center of the image, when you're using it wide open. When you stop it down a bit, the edges become sharper. At around f8, the overall image will be sharp. Not as sharp as modern lenses, of course, but quite sharp for a vintage lens. When it comes to bokeh, I think this is where the Mir-1 really shines. It has a present swirl to it. Not as prominent as the Helios, but it really reminds me of this lens. I particularly like the highlights in the out of focus area, which look very bubbly and organic. However, something you have to keep in mind is that this lens flares a lot. I would advise you to use a lens hood unless you want this extreme flare look. But that's of course a matter of taste. One major drawback of this lens is its minimum focusing distance. At 0.7 meters, it's anything but a macro lens. But there's an easy fix on that. Just take a look at my modification video. All in all, I have to say that the Mir-1, with all of its imperfections, has kind of a unique look and really became one of my favorite vintage lenses. It's of course not the fastest and not the sharpest lens I own, but it renders beautiful images and does quite a good job as a wide-angle alternative to the Helios. So if you want a lot of character on a budget, you should definitely try this lens. So what do you think about the Mir? Just drop me a line in the comments below. I say thanks for watching and see you next time.